life, it struck me very strong. Was like 5 days ago, somebody was sharing an idea with me, and I could execute on the idea immediately because I had already taken series of actions. I had already set the idea I had in motion, so it was easy for me to apply other ideas. You know the number of times you have people told you things, dope things, even if they didn't tell you. Number of times you caught inspiration. You are on transit somewhere, you are sitting by yourself thinking, you are scrolling on the internet, and you got an idea, and you wrote it down, and it has stayed on paper since. The reason why you're writing and you've been writing is you keep planning. You know, that is again, I agree with the team that says execute. You've lived all your life working on yourself, improving yourself. You've done enough. There's no yardstick to measure when it is enough and it's time to execute. There's no way to know. So since there's no way to know, you can as well execute. Everything that exists, look at Apple. Apple don't release 17. The reason there are new releases is demand is improving or the company is improving on the product almost every year or every 2 years. That's what they're doing. Since they launched the first one. If the first one was perfect, there will be no 17. They'll just be mass producing up till now. You see? So why are you trying to make your iPhone 17 when you have not released iPhone 1? Why? You don't have to release. Let the product go. Let the product go. The book, you have been writing that book. Say, release that book. Be the first person that releases a book that has no arrangements. Release the book. The words flow, Abi. People can understand what they are reading. Release it. Who taught you? Who told you all of us think the same way? Who told you all of us process information the same way? Most of us were put in school. They made an attempt to beat all of us, our minds, to become the same. But largely, that attempt failed. That's why a lot of people failed. People who are D's and F students, those D and F students who are the best in real life, those ones are the ones who the thing is they failed in school means they attempt to beat them into the same with every other person in the class failed. That's what that F means. In case you had an F in when you were in uh, high school or college, you know, or secondary school, depending on where you're listening from, you know. What that D and F means is the attempt the teacher made at making you the same person as every classmate you had failed. Not you failed, no. The attempt was a failed attempt. So you can think independent, you can think like you, whatever your name is, whoever you think you are, you can think like yourself. So if I bring an idea before you, you will give me your opinion based on you. If I bring before your classmate, they give me their own. Well, all of you are not supposed to have the same answer. But school tells you to have the same answer as the next person. And that's the correct answer. There's no correct answer in real life. There's no teacher in real life. We're all figuring it out as we go, you know. So yes, So it's motion. It's motion. When you have executed and you're on the roll, you're moving, we are moving, then you will see the speed with which you can apply. There is something happening already. You have a shop. Let's say you have a shop, you have a business, you have a physical spot where you do business, and then you get an idea about a better way to advertise. You're not going to write it down now. There's a shop already. So next, what you find yourself picking up your phone and calling your manager and telling him, let us do this. You see, you are applying more because you applied the first time. Do you understand? You make better use of inspiration and idea if you're an action person. Because a lot of the things you hear, you will need to use them immediately on the things that are already on ground that you started. Happened to me 5 days ago. Somebody was just ideating with me, trying to, what do I do? How can I? As I was discussing with him, giving my ideas, I was writing down things I did. It's not writing down. I wrote those things down because I was in the office at that time. Immediately I left the office. I started executing immediately. I was very happy that I had my stuff already working. Do you understand? So this is to inspire you. I'm not sure. Oh, thank God this channel is small. There's nothing to think. We're having 100 subscribers and whatever, 2 views, 1 view. So this is why we are still in the beginning of things. You know, I'm carrying iron to sharpen your iron. That's what this is intended to do. I'm checking you to wake up. Let's go. It's a let's go thing. I'm trying to inspire you. So please execute, execute. You know all those things you read there. Go and bring that book and dust it. Start doing everything inside that book. See how pumped you felt when you got those ideas. Those ideas are still, they are still those things you thought they were. Go and apply them. Let some of them even fail. It doesn't matter. If an idea fails, it doesn't mean the idea is bad. It just means that people did not resonate with it. Simple. And you cannot create everybody. It's not possible. I made an analogy one time where I said, if you make an attempt to bring 10 people into a room and try to make a product that will serve those 10 people perfectly, you will make a stupid product. Trying to bring in everybody's taste into one product will look bad. And you end up not getting the results because what this person likes, this person may hate. What person you see. So the best you can do is to do what you like, what you are comfortable with, and then release it and see who resonates with it. It's when you now try to sell to the whole world. That's when you have problems. Release the product. The people who the product will serve will find the product. And when this finds them, they would advertise the product by themselves. Word of mouth. And guess who they are asking to get the product? The next person who that type of product fits as well. So it's as if the product finds its, you can do even advertisements. All these adverts people are paying for. You're paying to reach a group of people, hoping that your people will be in that group. So a lot of people see your advert, all of them they don't convert to. The converting is not because the advert didn't reach them more. The converting is the product is what's doing the converting. That's what's doing the converting. The people have to see that need it. So you're paying for reach. That's what you're paying for. Don't go and think you're paying to get customers. Don't confuse yourself. What gets the customer is the product. If you don't pay attention to the product to make it to your own taste, to make it to serve you completely, if you didn't do that, then that's a problem. You can advertise the product and it will not sell anything, because the product couldn't find. You get my point. So let us lay our priorities out well. Very important. Execute, 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 execute. If you're getting this audio, you're watching this video, whatever form you're consuming the video, this is your sign. There's a reason why you saw this. There's a reason why you saw this. Get to work, get to work, get to work. Let's go. Get to work. Launch it raw. Launch it ugly. Launch it now. Then we'll edit as we go. iPhone 17, Abby. That's 17th edition. Editing. The man has edited 17 times. That's what that thing means. And each time he edits, he sells it for more. It's more expensive. It's the same thing. You are trying to launch your iPhone 1 as 17. And you may not get a 17 at the first launch because of real life. There is what you've written on paper, and there is adjustments that you make by reason of launching. Just because you launched it, the way people react to the product, the feedbacks you get, those adjustments, you will never be able to get them if you don't launch. You understand? So the way we're emotionally attached to some of the things we are doing, let them go, let them go, let them go. Everything drop the book, drop the pancake, the bread, whatever it is, business idea you have. Launch everything, all of it. Who told you can't start businesses? You can. See, all those people, they tell you they did 30 this, 100. Those things they're telling you, those men are executors. Of course, you have your ears open and your mind open and your heart open. You're teachable. You're somebody that learns, somebody that is interested in taking feedbacks. Those ones intact, so you don't play with those ones. But that's how you edit and clean up. So when you launch, by the time we come back and see you some years later, the product is better than it was. Go and pick up the first iPhone and pick up this one. It's not the same now. Well, there was this guy, I think he's Marcus Brownie, when he was trying to compare the iPhones. He made a very important observation. He said iPhone 16, iPhone 17 are not even different from each other. 16 and 15 not different from each other. But 16 and 10 very different from each other. You see what's happening there? So it's like growth. You can't see growth. When you plant a tree and sit by it, you will not see any difference in the length of the tree or the size of the tree. But when you leave after a long time and come back, you see obviously. Just like that, you can't see a child grow. You cannot observe a child grow. But when you step out and then come all the way back, after a while, you can now see the obvious. It's the same thing. So launch the thing. Then nick at it with your taste, nick at it with feedbacks, nick at it, clean it up. It adds up. Trust me, it adds up. But please launch. You know those things. You wrote them down. Go, go, pick the book. Launch, 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 launch.